Hello everyone, it is Season coming at you with another video, and today we're going to be talking about Call of Duty Challengers. So before we do get into this video, thank you for the support on the last one, really appreciate that. Drop a like if you haven't already, subscribe if you haven't already, really helps me out a ton, motivates me to keep putting out content that I hope you're enjoying. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about Call of Duty Challengers. And I put out a post and it's kind of getting a good reception, talking about how this is the first CDL season where Challengers really is providing the value that it needs to. So my first and most obvious reason, Optic Mercules. He went from Challengers to an emergency sub for Toronto to winning EWC and champs with Optic Gaming. This added the legitimacy that Challengers has been chasing for so long by having someone go from Challengers, hop into the league, start dominating, and really prove that he belongs there and will be there for the long run. For the longest time, one of my biggest gripes about Call of Duty and the CDL has been, outside of the top 3 teams, there's like a pool of players that everyone goes to when they need to make a roster change. And it's the same washed up pros, the same high level Challengers players, and they just keep recycling the same people over and over again and hoping that it works this time. And this just has never worked. Like, one problem I have with the Call of Duty League is outside of the top 2 to 4 teams every year, there's really not that much competition. Look at last year in Black Ops 6. We had 3 teams win a major. We had FaZe and Thieves win the majors throughout the year and Optic win champs. Those are the 3 biggest brands and they're the only ones that won anything. And so many teams just kept recycling the same players and hoping that things would change. And it never did. But now you had Mercules come in, and he was just a lightning bolt for Challengers and showed that these guys can compete. You find the right player in the right system, and it can work wonders for a team. Optic looked awful, and they went on to win champs and EWC. So this legitimacy kind of gives a reason for the pro teams to monitor this Challengers talent. My next point are teams like tBush, the Barstool team, if I can call them that. But tBush has been probably the greatest thing to happen to Challengers in a very, very long time. I was a little bit nervous when I saw the announcement. I thought, oh, some Barstool guys are doing Call of Duty. Let's see if this is just a money grab, if they're just looking for some content. But these guys seem genuinely interested in Call of Duty and learning the game, and it's a great thing for me. Like, if you're critical of it, grow up. They're doing a good job of marketing Challengers. We need to see more of them. It's really fun to watch because you're getting people, specifically the Barstool guys, who don't necessarily know COD as well. So they're kind of meeting the audience that their audience isn't all Call of Duty people. They've got a lot of sports people. And they're meeting them where they're at and kind of learning alongside them how all of this works. On top of that, they're getting eyes on Call of Duty, and that is absolutely massive. Call of Duty can't grow if you keep hoping that gamers just pick it up. You need people from outside of gaming to say, hey, this is pretty cool. Now I'm going to play Call of Duty, or at least watch Challengers. And tBush is putting out content while winning. I absolutely love that. I think I give them so much credit for what they're doing for Challengers. Their impact in such a short time has really been incredible for Call of Duty, and specifically the Challengers scene. I really like watching the guys watch these Challengers Cups, and they don't quite know everything that's going on. They're learning on the run, and it's been really good. I really do enjoy watching it, and I think it's just good overall that you're getting more eyes on Challengers. The next thing that's been good this year is Optic officially has a Challengers team. Love them or hate them, Optic is probably the biggest brand in competitive Call of Duty at this moment, and them having a Challengers team adds legitimacy and gets eyes on Challengers. I know a lot of people who weren't super involved in watching Challengers the past years, but now that Optic has a team, they're following along with the Huntsman, and it's kind of a cool throwback to the Huntsman year. So I personally enjoy that. I still have my Huntsman hoodie. But yeah, you're getting Optic fans watching Challengers events, and that's pretty cool. Gets more eyes on it. I keep going back to getting eyes on it because that's been one of the big problems with Challengers. No one really cared outside of people who are just obsessed with COD like myself. Now it's becoming more mainstream to watch Challengers, and I think that's really good overall for growing the scene and adding legitimacy to Challengers. The last thing I'm going to talk about are creators watch partying Challengers Cups. I think this is really important. You have people like Octane, Nadeshot, Scump, Formal, Zuma, all watching these Challengers events and bringing their giant fan bases to get eyes on challengers. I know some of these people have been doing it for a long time, but with the other momentum, this just kind of has the snowball effect, and their streams are bigger watching challengers, and this is a really, really good thing for the community. Getting eyes on more and more challengers players, getting people invested in challengers, enjoying challengers, and seeing that the competition in challengers is very, very good Call of Duty. But now that all being said, we need more Pro-Am events. Bring back the open bracket. I think we have one event this year with a Pro-Am event. We need these challengers teams to have the opportunity to play against the pros consistently. The reality is, no one really cares about this whole franchise system. It's just flat out dumb. You've already seen them starting to water it down. Yes, it's still Optic Texas, but in the future, I can see them letting them go back to Optic Gaming. And over time, we're seeing more and more teams abandon the stupid geographic naming thing that the CDL forced. You don't follow a CDL team because they're located close to you. Most likely, you're following the one you built an emotional connection with and you're a fan of. And it's not based on where you were born, where you live. It's based on the actual people within the org and the players and the personalities. Don't let this momentum die. The momentum right now is at an all-time high. The absolute worst thing that the CDL and Activision could do is let this opportunity slide. Get these challengers teams playing against the pros. Let them showcase their talents. The reality is, outside of investors, no one really cares about the whole franchise thing and how much people paid for franchise spots. We all want to see the open bracket. We all want to see the challengers players playing the best and see those stories of the future pros that we're excited to see. We want to see the next Scump, the next Mercules, the next Simp, the next Draza, the next Zuma. We want to see these players playing before they get famous, before they get on the big team. So yeah, that's really all I have for this video. This has been quite a rant about challengers, but I am really genuinely excited about what I'm seeing right now. If you did enjoy this, again, please drop a like, subscribe if you haven't already. It means an absolute ton to me. I am going to link my socials down in the description, and I will catch you soon with another video. See ya.